Um, I I've been sick for the past few days. Like I was sick. What was that? What, a week ago now? And then I was fine after like a couple of days, but no big deal. Then I get sick again, and turns out, well, I'm not sure for sure, but I may have tested positive for COVID. And it's really rough for that because, like, I don't want to go through this. Like, I'm hoping that everything will be okay if it is. I'm getting a PCR test tomorrow. And, yeah, so hopefully that all works out. But, I don't know. As you, yeah, it was just a mess. Really should grab my hairbrush, but I'm not going to my room to grab it. I don't care. Don't care enough to go walk down the hall to grab my hairbrush. Yeah. Ah, but it's just one of these times, and it's kind of halted some things I wanted to do, like trying to work on the car a bit. You know, um, well, hey Mustang guy. Yeah, hopefully it's not, but I don't know for sure. Like, I'm going to be getting, because like the thing is, I did this rapid test tonight, and now, frick, whatever. And it's kind of funny because look, kind of looks like a pregnancy test, but they're not. And it shows potentially, potentially positive. So I don't know for sure. Um, so that's why I'm getting the PCR test tomorrow, which is so stupid because I have to go to Rocky Mountain House, which is an hour drive from here, to go do this. It is ridiculous. So whatever. My dad's gonna get a rapid test done because he lives with me after all, and he goes to work and stuff like that. But like the thing is, if I test positive for COVID, he better not go to work. Just absolutely. We both should be isolating, even if he's asymptomatic, because you never know, right? It'd be hard to be pregnant without ovaries. I had a hysterectomy, so it would be quite difficult to be pregnant. Unless if I'm like somehow the Virgin Mary, that'd be interesting. Exactly. Plus, I'm lesbian too, so trying to being pregnant while lesbian too is a difficult thing. Like, and it costs a lot of money to do if you don't do it through conventional means. Um, yeah, and as you can tell, like my hair is a freaking mess, but that's just because I've been sick and I haven't cared enough to go brush it. And like the thing is, I am fatigued. My throat is quite sore. I have a headache. Um, and it's been rather rough. And the thing is, when I get sick though, it kicks my ass pretty bad because I don't get sick that often. Like, it's only every few years. You're horrible. You're absolutely horrible. But yeah, like I only get sick once every like 2 or 3 years typically. Um, and I got sick the other day, and just like it was only for like 2 days and no big deal, and then I got over it, and then I was good, and then I go see my family, and you know, and actually I saw family in Calgary, then I went to Edmonton and saw family there too. It was basically back to back days because I think it was Boxing Day that I went to my sister's house, and then it was Christmas Day that went to Calgary. So, and already one of the family members have been, like, she did a rapid test as well, and it was like immediate that it went to positive. This rapid test, however, it didn't do that immediately. Like, and actually, when it was when I did this rapid test here, um, oh, is that bottom line there? It was super, super, super faint after the 15-minute mark. So I was just like, okay, maybe it's okay. Okay, Saber, I'm not wanting to play right now. Okay, don't, please don't. Oh, let's just open that in behind me, so I can try and cool off a little bit. Ugh, yeah, I feel like crap. And now, like, and the sad part is, because I had a couple of videos planned, especially like when it was god awful cold here. Like, I actually wanted to do a cold start video when there was still light outside, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Or just to show, like, hey, will it start, after it hit -40? Because it actually did. And I did a video like that before, and Stitch didn't want to start that day. I killed the battery in Lilo that day. And Stitch, I didn't really want to kill the battery in Stitch as well, so I cranked it a couple times, just like, what, this thing's not starting, so I said screw it. And then I ended up sorry, my brain's not working very well. Something that I want to do though is for another video, because I wanted to do another celebration video, because I meant to do one at 1,000 subscribers, but the problem was my car was not running right, and hasn't really run right for a while now. So I was kind of worried about doing it. Not that I was going to hurt anything, but she's still not running right at the moment. But I wanted to do another celebration video, drifting around with Stitch in the snow. It would have been really fun. And what's cool is because I've got 2 tripods now. I have 2 tripod mounts. Although technically, I wouldn't just use those, because I would actually use, like, this phone here would be up on my dash filming. And then my other phone, which is here, because this is what I used to film with, and I haven't really used it in a long time, that this would be the other phone that would be on the tripod. And, if you saw any of my earlier videos, they actually came out pretty good on this. It just does not have good stabilization, so that's why it's going to be the one outside of the car on the tripod. It just mounts perfectly on there. And with my new tripod mount, it's actually really nice on there. So it was like a $20 mount, worth every penny. Because it's metal, and it's amazing. I love it. But yeah, I am very excited for when I can do that video. But again, if tomorrow I happen to test positive for COVID, it's going to be a minimum of 10 days before I can properly film anything. Because I'm going to have to isolate. Minimum of 10 days. So, although I am, compared to yesterday, I am feeling better. Although my sense of taste is not great at the moment. So, we'll see. Like, that's worse than yesterday, but my sore throat is better than it was yesterday. My headache is better than it was yesterday, and I think, like, my fatigue is a little better too. So, one thing worse, 3 things better is not so bad, right? So, take the victories where I can. And I'm just hoping that, the PCR test goes well tomorrow, and yeah. Oh yeah, mine, because, like, this phone here, which you can see, actually, it's got a picture of my car on the background. Um, that was before I did some of the paintwork on it, and before the spoiler was mounted and stuff like that. Um, and hell, I still had the keystones on it back then. Which, obviously, the keystones, I still have them. Still gonna use them in the summertime and everything, but that's when I had them. Like, those were the only set of wheels that I had for it for a while. Until I just got those steelies and went from there. So, yeah, and I mean, I love the quality of the camera on this phone, which is a Samsung Galaxy A52. Um, you know, I run at 1080 at 30 frames a second with the best camera stabilization I have ever seen on a phone. Um, and it is incredible that way. And what's interesting is like Samsung doesn't really boast about their cameras, but yet Samsung cameras are some of the best, or at least whatever camera they use. Like this phone here, and technically I have like probably 4 or 5 phones that I could record with because I even have this Samsung here. I don't know how well it would go on this because this is um, this phone is a Samsung S4 Active, I think it's called. So it's got like physical buttons down here. Um, ugh. God, I just hate feeling this way. Ugh. And because of that though, as well, like with this whole situation, um, it's not good for like my mental psyche. Um, like yeah, see, and this Huawei has a Leica camera on it. Um, and the camera's great. It's just again stabilization was not amazing, but other than that, it works just fine. I'll just put that back together. So yeah, I've got these 3 just right here. They all work. Oh, an S10, nice. And actually, S10e. I'm not sure what the S10e is, but like I'm assuming Galaxy S10, and it's E for what, like a economy model or something. I don't know. I could be wrong. I have no idea. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. Like my dad had, um, he loved that phone. He had an S4 Mini, and then I think he had an S5 Mini before they stopped production of the Mini series entirely. So, but his S4 Mini went for a swim, and yeah, now he just has a. What does he even have? It's a Samsung. Um, and it's a lot older than mine. But I needed this phone for filming purposes and editing software and whatnot compared to what he has. So, and hey, old school, I definitely appreciate you coming to the live stream. And also, I appreciate Mustang Guy coming to the live stream as well. Which, the one thing that sucks though, because of the way I'm feeling right now and everything, because it's delayed stuff, because I was wanting to do those 2 videos um, in time for stop it. Those 2 videos in time for New Year's. But sadly, that's not going to happen because of, well, what's going on right now. Yeah. So, and because of that, I'm potentially missing out on revenue. Like, the thing is, I am so close to being paid by YouTube again. Okay, what is with these frickin' spammers here? Like, go away. Um, yeah, and I'm just deleting their messages as they come in, so it's not a big deal, but, like, yeah, it's right now with everything happening because, like, I am really close to being paid by YouTube again, and I can really use the money right now, but unfortunately, because of this, I'm not going to get any ad revenue from those two videos until after I make them. And I was hoping for, at the very least, to have my oh, sorry, my brain is just not functioning. Before New Year's, right? It would have been cool to have like my celebration video released like New Year's Eve, and then if people are awake long enough, they can watch it on New Year's Day and stuff like that, or like at midnight. It'd be kind of cool, but I ended up obviously not doing that. Yeah. But oh well, it is what it is. Um, at least I get GST on the 5th, so that's a little bit of money there. Um, and yeah, and it is unfortunate about the World Juniors, but totally understandable. But it's not necessarily canceled; it's more postponed because they said they might do it again a little later. Once stuff goes down with the Omicron variant of COVID, that can make it a little more difficult for stuff. Oh, it's still cold here. It's just not god awful cold. Actually, let me tilt this down a little. There we go. Um, like it's not -40 anymore. It's not even -30. It's actually only minus like 21 out there right now, so it's actually kind of nice comparatively. I'm broke. I really didn't get many like many things for Christmas at all. So there's that. Like, don't get me wrong, I would to my most loyal fan base, if I had more money, I would absolutely get gifts and stuff like that. But I just can't afford it, unfortunately. Otherwise, I definitely would. Although there is something that I could potentially send you though, because I know you like it, and it's actually a part off of a first gen Civic. It's kind of cool. It's small, and I know you like your little knickknacks and stuff like that. So maybe when I'm feeling better, I can mail that to you. But you know, until then, I'm just kind of in limbo. But yeah, I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet, though. I love how you censored that. That's fantastic. Like here, actually, let's turn my Wi-Fi back on. With this thing's probably gonna explode with notifications. Um, because let's see, what is where it is right now in Fahrenheit? Yeah, currently, that's how cold it is in Fahrenheit. So, um, yeah, it's decently chilly, but not too bad. Um, although like Saturday, Sunday, it's supposed to be really nice. but we shall see. Because yeah, like in Fahrenheit, for example, you can look at Saturday and Sunday on there, which are both the high numbers there. It's like 28, 26. Oh, hey, Bob. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, I mean, my car, like, there was a time when I was actually going to swap with a built 302, and that just didn't end up happening. I had the opportunity as well to swap it with a 351 Windsor, but again, I didn't do it. I'm just going to build out my car, and with the engine it has, will it be like an absolute showstopper, you know, beats everybody in every race and stuff like that? No, it won't. But but yeah, and actually, and for a while though too, because I don't know how long you've watched my channel, how far back you've gone or anything like that. Um, I did have an '86 Mustang convertible. It was an LX. It had the 3.8 V6 in it with the horrific CFI in it. And the whole reason why I don't have that car anymore is because of that CFI system. Because the CFI system decided to ruin the motor due to the sorry, brain's not functioning as well when I'm just because I'm sick. Um, but it was the fuel pressure regulator decided to not function properly, put way too much fuel down the cylinders, and it went straight down the intake or straight into the oil pan and just wiped out the bearings. So now, and I could have, um, like I could have though, with that 3.8, I had another 3.8, at the time, but the problem is all of the sorry, is it was the front wheel drive 3.8, although it may have been a 4.2 as well. I don't know that for sure because looking at the numbers and stuff like that, I don't really know. But it was out of a Ford Windstar, from what I could tell from the numbers on it, and yeah, it was freshly rebuilt, nice motor. But the problem was with it is I just did not have I did not have the shop space or shop space, a shop in general, to tear the motor apart and put it back together with all the internals out of that motor. Because that motor didn't have any accessory drives or anything like that on it. And that was my initial plan with the new Edge, is actually to swap that motor into Lilo, but I never did. Or at the very least, I was going to swap the fuel injection system and the intake over. But of course, I didn't end up doing that. Plus the computer and all that stuff, and I would have needed to get like a mass airflow sensor and an intake for like air intake. But other than that, it was a good motor, higher mileage. Like it had, I think, 280 on it, but 3.8s when they didn't have the CFI were honestly great motors. The CFI totally ruined them. And hey, and I will say though, Doug, um, having the cars that you have is really cool, actually. Like seeing, because okay, you have 59 Ford Galaxy and 359 Meteors. Okay, so you're obviously from Canada if you have Meteors because they didn't make those or they didn't release them in the States. So that's pretty cool. And see, and it would be it we always have those cars that just get away from us, right? That the ones that we wish we kept and whatever else. Because I really wish I did keep Lilo. Because yeah, I could have potentially swapped a 302 into it. I could have swapped the 351 into it. I could have swapped multiple 3.8s into it. But I didn't end up doing that. It was just, I was so focused on Stitch at the time. And like, yeah, and plus, Lilo needing a top 2 really did put a hamper on things. Um, and it was getting bad, to be honest, with that top. So I ended up getting rid of that car. I got a good amount of money out of it. And I think the only reason why I got as much out of it is because I delivered it to the guy. And it was honestly a really good deal for me. And like, don't get me wrong, I think it was probably worth that, but 100%, Bob. Like, because yeah, I would have had to, like, all of the stuff was there, like, because I had, and again, I don't know if you've seen. I think I only did one video on that thing. Um, for a little bit, I had a New Edge Mustang with a 3.8 in it. And I planned on, just parting it out, taking the motor out of it, or at least just the intake out, and also like taking the computer out and the heads, because you need those heads actually. Plus, they're higher compression heads as well than what I currently, or that I had at the time, because like my 3.8 only made 120 horsepower. Later 3.8s made closer to 200 horsepower. Actually, I think it was like 180, something like that. And it's yeah, I regret not doing that because I'd probably still own the car today, and I'd have a reliable vehicle, um, that is a lot of fun. Because like, don't get me wrong, I love Stitch. Stitch is fantastic. My 81, but there is something about a convertible that is just so much more fun to drive. Oh, and now my phone is blowing up on here because I just turned the Wi-Fi back on, and all the messages that I got a couple hours ago are coming through this one, which is so stupid because I already read them, so they shouldn't come through. But you know, but well. Oh God. Like, and it'll be really fun though when I'm able to film again. Cause yeah, and unfortunately on the Lumina, I've gotten some bites on it, but nobody's come with cash yet. So, but also like, oh cool, very cool. Um, See, now it's funny that you mentioned that because I know a guy that actually has, I think, 3 or 4 um 5-liter exploders. And that might just be if I decide to go the route of like I potentially would steal one of the rear ends out of one of those because they're 8.8s, they're fantastic. You know, I'd pay him for it. That's fine. Um, and I would probably just end up putting my. Oh no, I wouldn't be able to put my axles in it because it's going to be a different spline gear. That is correct. But I don't know. It would just be though if I did that, that'd be going with the full 5 lug swap. At that point, um, cut the axle down so that it's not so wide because I know that on the Explorers they are a little bit wider than they are in the Fox box. So, oh, 100%. Like, that car was so much fun. And what was great, though, too, is like, I drove that thing throughout the entire winter, too. And when I had slightly warmer days, that I would drive with the top down. It was still cold outside. But the thing is, have the heater blaring on your hands and wearing gloves, it was comfortable. Plus, it actually had a functional stereo in it too, which was nice. Um, like I had an aftermarket stereo. I wasn't a fan of the aftermarket stereo, but at least the look of it. However, it was nice. And yeah, but like something that would be really fun to do to my car. It takes a little bit of work, but it's so worth it. Um, oh really? I mean, it's understandable that you'd go with an 8.8 as opposed to a 9-inch, only because they're more plentiful and cheaper. Because it's so funny that the 9-inch used to be the go-to rear end for anything, right? But now that's kind of changed to the 8.8. But the nice part about the 8.8 is that, it's got the rear carrier on it, not the front carrier like the 9-inch does. So, exactly. Like, and that thing never got stuck either. Where Stitch slides all the time and is honestly like not the best winter car. Lilo was fantastic in the winter. I also miss having a good winter car too. And now, like, yeah, because if the motor wasn't dead, like I would have put a put the same battery in it that's in Stitch right now. Because Stitch has an Optima red top, and I love that battery. Great battery. Um, I swear by those batteries. I killed it once, but to be fair, I left the ignition on for 3 days. So there's that. So we've all sold 86 Mustangs, is what you're saying. That's fair. See, now too bad you weren't closer, because you could cannibalize the Grand Marquis for its rear end to get shortened. Because, and that one's really cool. Now it's got the different bolt pattern than yours would have. But my Grand Marquis, that it's not actually mine, but I am selling it for a friend of mine. That thing, it's a 1977 Marquis Coupe. And the thing is, in the back is a 9-inch with disc brakes. So, which is quite rare to find, actually. Um, there's actually two of those 9 inches on the property with discs on it. I wish I had T-tops. It'd be so much fun because you get the same experience. Well, not quite the same, but similar experience to a convertible with T-tops. But I bet you do. And like in that rear end, because don't get me wrong, I have a friend of mine that actually wants to trade his car for it, which is like it's a win for me because I think his car's worth way more than that Marquis is. But and it's an unusual car, which I've never actually seen one of his cars before. In the flesh, and like to be honest, I haven't seen his car in the flesh either. But it looks to be a fairly nice car because it is a AMC Matador sedan, right? From this, I'm not sure what year it is. I can't remember what year it is. I think it's like 75, 76, something like that. But they had a really ugly front end of them. Like, they had, I don't understand why they did that because, like, in the earlier Matadors were, honestly, they had a good look, even if it was a four door. But then they put this front end on it. That literally, because it goes like this, right? So it would kind of come in, and then where the actual grill is, it goes out like that, and then squares off. It's like, why? Yeah, oh, they're definitely a rare car. His has the 304, I think. Maybe it's no, it's 360. Well, hey, good luck on your search. Ugh. Ugh. God. Um, but yeah, and because now I have two projects. Um, like because I have my '81 Mustang, and then I also have the '78 Civic. And now the Civic will be an absolutely gutless wonder, like worse than Stitches. And and there's not much you can really do to them without just swapping the motor entirely. But I'm not going to do that. I want to keep the original 1200 in them. And considering you don't see very many with the original 1200cc in them. Um. Well, wait. Okay, 83 to 86. You know the difference between and like the 83 to 86s. Because like 83 had similar to the egg crate grill that mine has, like Stitch has, but the hood dipped into it a little bit into the grill, and then the 83 and 84 they did that. Then 85 and 86 they went with the two slat grill. Oh, okay. Um, the only other way to tell is inside the car. If you look at the door panels, 83 um would potentially have like the door pockets. But the thing is 83 didn't have them if I remember correctly. Um and if it did, it was only on the driver's side. Um but then and then when like the passenger side was just carpeted, then I think it was in 85 where they did both sides. Um as well, an easy way to tell as well without sorry now without having the front bumper on it. Sorry, my brain's just not functioning. So what I was trying to say is the 85 and 86 Mustangs, because the only way to tell the difference between them, well, okay, amber taillights. Does it have a third brake light or no? Because if it's a third brake light, it's an 86. Otherwise, it could be, 83 to 80, 85, like you mentioned before. Well, hey, good luck. Yeah, 83 was. Because, like, actually, I don't think so. They will still continue to build the Mustang throughout. Um, and because, it'll probably end up going to EV in the future, or if everybody gets their poop in a group, then it'll go to hydrogen fuel cell EV. But we'll see. Oh, they're not going to cancel the Mach E. It's been selling incredibly well. And you know what? I don't mind them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a big fan of them using the Mustang name on it, but I understand why they did. Because, and actually, something I should do. Oh, wait, I can just do it this way. Aha. Oh, wait, no, I can't. I need a computer open for that. Okay, just move all this stuff out of my way. And again, that ain't happening either. Because they've been continuously making the Civic since 1974. So, they haven't even skipped a year. Unlike the Corvette, which they did skip a year technically. Because there's no such thing as an 82 Corvette. Or is it 83? I think it's 82. This laptop's dead. No! Where's the charge cable? Oh, yeah, okay, it was 83. I couldn't remember. Plus, also, again, my brain's not functioning properly with this. Oh, whoops. It's all dark! Because I accidentally unplugged the lamp. Hang on a second. If I can see it. It's so hard to fucking plug into this damn thing. There we go. That's better. So it's that one then. Yeah, that feels better. Okay. Well, considering I don't think you've ever shown your face on your channel, so I can't confirm or deny that. There we go. Cause yeah, actually I can turn on. I always forget to do this. Is monetize my live streams as soon as I get on them. Because since I don't use a computer to do my live streams, I use my phone. Did you? Yeah, apologies. I don't watch all of your videos. I watch a few of them, but... Oh my god. Yeah, just feeling this way. Just, I hate it. I hate being sick. But hopefully soon I'll get over this. Get my PCR test and be fine. But uh, oh, although it's stupid because with the COVID PCR test, they don't actually do them here in town. Um, is I actually have to drive, although technically my dad's gonna drive me because I don't really feel comfortable driving myself at the moment. Um, to Rocky Mountain House, which is about an hour away, to do the test tomorrow. So, because the closest facility here is Olds that does it, but they are not currently booking. So, well, the PCR tests are. These rapid tests aren't, though. Which is why I'm getting the PCR test, just to confirm. Because, yeah, and I mean, and to be honest, like, my cousin, who I just saw on Christmas Day, she did one of these and tested positive immediately. Mine took a while, so I might be lucky and not actually have it. Well, thanks, Mustang guy. I definitely do appreciate that. Oh, God. Yeah, it's rough, and like it also because it's not. It's also causing anxiety issues and stuff like that. So, yeah, actually, my entire family has the vaccine. Every single person. So, which like, and the other thing I'm worried about too is because my grandma was there, so she would have been exposed to COVID. So yeah, and like, and bear in mind, my grandmother, she is 91 years old. So, although she's probably healthier than me, so there's that. But she's still 91. God damn it. I mean, to be honest, like, the thing is, my coughs always sound like that, even when I'm not sick. Um, and that's been a thing for a long time. And actually, I say a long time, it's actually been my entire life because of my asthma. It's just bad. So, like everybody thinks I'm like a heavy smoker and stuff like that, when realistically, that's just my asthma. Um, and yeah, and actually, Mustang guy, um, the thing is, having your vaccines does not guarantee that you will be, um, it doesn't mean that you're immune. It just means that you're at a less likely risk of getting hospitalized. Which I have my base vaccine and my booster. I was going to get a my second booster, but then I got sick, so that's not gonna happen for a bit. Yeah, definitely. It lessens the effect of it, because yeah, like yeah, just one of those deals. Um, Come on, I hate how slow this laptop is. I should have grabbed the other one, but oh well. And oh, and as well, now I'm hoping to add more stuff to it in the future. Is because actually now I have my membership set up on my channel too. Ah, yeah, sorry. There we go. Just finally finished that. Um, well, the thing is, okay, it does not weaken your immune system at all. Like the vaccines do not do that. And the thing is, you're not ah, like because the thing is, you don't get sick from getting the vaccine, and because it's not actually this vaccine is not like normal vaccines where they're getting a putting a dead virus in you, right? This one they've been developing it for quite a long time actually, this vaccine. Ever since SARS came out actually is when they started developing this vaccine, and then finally they were able to come out with it. Um and yeah, like majority of the diseases and pandemics and epidemics that we've had have all been trace their origins back to SARS, right? COVID-19, same thing. So, and vitamin C can, yeah, that can boost your immune system. I've been taking vitamin C supplements. Well, I'm amazed how well this water bottle works. Because it's. My dad filled this up for me 7 hours ago, and it's still cold. So, not cold on the outside, but the liquid inside is still cold. No. Honestly, I don't. I would not believe so. Like, the thing is. Now, that's just a big conspiracy theory, and I understand where people would think that, but it's not a thing. Because, like, yeah, it just does it makes sense, but it also doesn't. Because, like, killing millions of people um, to try and make more money doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, and I will never ever believe that. And actually, it's something I um forgot to mention, or maybe I did mention. I don't know. Again, brain's not functioning. Is because the other day I actually set up memberships on the channel. There's currently only one tier of memberships. Um, and right now I just currently have 2 emojis set up that you can use. You also get priority commenting as well on videos, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, and if you do that, you help me monetarily as well. So that'd be awesome if you did. But if not, no worries. I completely understand. And yeah, it is a recurring payment every month if you happen to do it. So bear that in mind too. And if you happen to press the join button on my channel, and actually you could do it technically on this video for that matter. But yeah, should be beside like the subscribe button there, if anybody wanted to. But again, not forcing anybody to. But like I said, if you want to, I definitely appreciate it. But I thought I'd mention that here too. So yeah, and I hope to have more things built up on there in the future. Oh, but it takes a while to figure everything out with that too. So in something, because yeah, I have my. Thank you, Mustang guy. I definitely appreciate it. And actually, because I do have a something really cool that my sister made me, and it is amazing. Normally, I wouldn't care about a mask, but having a mask with my brand name on it is so cool. She made it for me in secret and then gave it to me for Christmas. And she apparently was getting one more thing made for me, but it wasn't available, like wasn't made in time. So I'm curious what it is, if it's a tank top, if it's a t-shirt, if it's a hoodie, if it's a hat, what is it, right? But yeah, so now I have a mask that I can use. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, and I'm hoping to get, like, I am working with um, one of my friends on merch for the channel. We've been talking about it for a while. We'll see if when that all comes to pass, which probably won't be until minimum of February before we get any designs finalized, stuff like that. Just due to the fact that, well, on the channel, or at least with her, she's moving up to Edmonton. She also is recovering from her hysterectomy as well currently. Um, and hers was done for a different reason than mine. But, and she had to fight harder than mine to get it. Like hers was health as well, but hers was due to endometriosis, which is a horrible, horrible thing that not just women go through, men go through it as well, or can go through it, and it's just awful. It has to do with hormones, and actually it's producing too much estrogen in your system. And it basically acts like a cancer and latches onto everything. Like actually, her really horrible pain was caused by the endometriosis attacking her pancreas, and so she actually had to get it removed when she had her hysterectomy. So yeah, it's just awful. And hey, old school, it's all fine. I like I definitely appreciate your support and everything like that too. Um, and yeah, but I always throw it out there for other people. Like if anybody ever wants to donate or anything like that, they can. Or do the membership thing, or whether it's donating on a live stream or donating to my PayPal or anything like that, it all works out. Oh God. Although, come to think of it, I am getting quite a bit of phlegm in my throat too at the moment. Hey, no worries, man. I will chat to you later. Thanks so much for coming out. Hope you have a wonderful sleep, and yeah, I'll catch you later. Thanks. Hopefully, in the next couple of days this will be gone, and I don't test positive for COVID tomorrow. So, actually, because I do want to grab that. Hang on one second. There we go. I am back. Yeah. Oh God. Because yeah, like this is the mask that my sister got made for me. So I'm very very excited to have this. To be honest, and it's reasonably comfortable. Um, the only problem is these don't really stretch all that far, so they could be a little longer. But other than that, it is fantastic. So yeah, just really excited to see my brand name on something. All right, and yeah, I did not expect that to happen, and you know, she did that for me, and I'm just super excited about it. And because I've been sick since getting back from that trip, I haven't gotten to actually wear it out in public yet. So uh, ice cream sandwich, I love it. Yeah, and I mean, and let's be honest, with masks now, um, like experts, which is like scientists and stuff like that, are predicting that COVID is not going to go away until 2024. So we've got another 2 years approximately of using that. Sorry, it's my last one. All right, Bob, no worries. Um, Thank you so much for coming out to live stream, and yeah, you take care as well, and hope you have a fantastic sleep. And I'll catch you later. Ah, there we go. So, yeah, and unfortunately, like, actually, that feels so much better after eating that. I haven't really had much to eat all day. Like, I've had two of those ice cream sandwiches, and I've had a couple of pieces of turkey, and that's been it. So, um, well, hey, I hope to see you in a future live as well. I do these all the time, so I never prompt them. I just do them. So, if you happen to see them, more than welcome you here. Uh, ah, that was not pleasant. um, but yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say at the moment. Um, yeah, absolutely, that was. Uh, but yeah, I'm not sure what else to really talk about at the moment. So I might just, yeah, I think I'll end the live stream here since my chat isn't helping me right now. But it's totally fine. I'm not blaming you guys one bit. But yeah, anyway, so I hope you guys have a pleasant evening. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting me tonight. I really needed this. So yeah, I love you all. Thank you all so much, and I will catch you later.